Hi guys, today I want to share my thoughts about thoughts and what you could maybe do with some of those thoughts that you have. Let's get right into it. We mostly think in the form of language and it shapes the way we think and how we think. For me, there's really three forms of language. It starts with the thoughts. A thought is really the source of an idea. It just pops up in our head randomly at some point, and from there it will go somewhere. But a thought doesn't really exist in the physical world. It only exists in our head. You cannot touch it, you cannot see it, you can only experience it in your own head. Another interesting thing about thoughts is that they just happen. They cannot really be filtered or anything. You just think whatever you're thinking. You cannot choose what you're thinking, it just happens. Therefore, they also die all the time. They only really exist in the present moment. They're only there for a little amount of time. And once that moment is gone, the thought is gone, thought essentially dies. Now, a way for us to express thoughts to other human beings and make them more alive is through speech. We make the air vibrate in a recognizable pattern for other humans to pick up, and they can also interpret what this means. But one interesting thing about speech is different from thought is that speech can actually be filtered. We actually filter through our thoughts and say the things that we think might be appropriate to say at a certain time. Speaking a thought into existence to another human being might make it become more alive, but it only still exists in that moment. From then on, it will live like other people remember that thought. Well, then we have the third form of language. This is written language. This is perhaps the most sophisticated form of language. A complete book is usually able to convey a way bigger, more structured and complete message than a thought or speech ever could. Also, the beauty about written down language is that it actually exists in the physical world. If I write something down in my notebook today, it will still be there the next morning. Written down language is also the way how we pass on ideas, knowledge and stories on to the next generation. Written down language is one of the most stable ways to store language. While thoughts only exist in the head and are only momentarily within you in the present moment, and speech can be told to other people but are always interpreted differently by everyone and will be told in a different way the next time people talk about it, written down language is a more concrete way of storing information and language. My hair is a bit of a mess, so I'll finish this video later when I come back from the barber. See you. Alright, I'm back. Let's talk a bit about journaling. About a year ago, I started experimenting with journaling myself, and I must say it's been very helpful for me. I'm currently on my third notebook, and the way I think about this is really the notebook is an expansion of your own mind. Like I said, thoughts really just exist in your own mind, but if you put them out into a notebook, write them down, you'll be able to look at it from a different perspective. It becomes actually something concrete in the physical world. You'll be able to wake up the next morning and look at your thoughts, look at the things you wrote down, analyze them, reflect on them, which then enables you to express yourself and explain yourself better to other people. Your memory is not perfect, you will lose your thoughts, but the memory of a notebook is perfect, it will always be here. I write something down in here, the next morning it will be still the same thought there. And while I cannot say that in my head, it will be the same thought tomorrow. I can say, hey Steph, remember to do this, but next day I might forget what I said. I don't know. Now, you don't always have to write something serious in this notebook. You can write whatever you want. You can make drawings, you can do poetry, you can do whatever you feel like. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a notebook. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on a computer. You can write, a computer is even better because you can actually edit. But I just like a notebook because there's so many different possibilities of writing. The thing nowadays with social media, people are constantly just consuming so many videos daily. They get so much information inside. All of these thoughts are still in there, but they cannot find a way out. We need to stop consuming so much and start putting more out into the world in the form of a notebook or a phone or a video like I'm trying to do right now. Anyway, that's all I had to say for today. If you made it to this part of the video, then I'm really surprised because this is my first video, and yeah, what are you doing here? Thank you for watching. I hope this has been helpful. If you have a thought in your mind right now that you want to express in the form of language, please do it down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.